I'll take 4 tubes today, and then we'll have an extra sample to test the lab.
I mean, you're sitting there now with at least 600 measurable chemicals in your body that were not in anyone before the 1930s.
Okay, I'm just gonna clip it.
In the last few years, we have become the subjects of intense scientific study. The discovery of toxic chemicals in human body tissues has raised concerns about their effects on us. Detroit, Michigan is the site of a controversial human health study.
The question was there any evidence that any of these kinds of chemicals might have an impact on the infant's development? What we're going to do today is I'm going to show Andrew some pictures. I'd like you to put him on your left, sitting right in the middle, facing forward, and let's just see what he does. And afterwards, you have some questions.
Dr. Sandra Jacobson is examining the effect of toxic contaminants on the attention span of children.
You ready? We want to see what he likes to look at. First, the pictures will be the same, and then I will put a new photo in and see which he prefers at that point. Does he want to look more at the new picture or at the old one? And we found, in fact, that the most highly PCB-exposed infants did not show this novelty preference that we expect at this age.
We aren't talking about children who are mentally retarded or clearly not keeping up developmentally. And yet, when we look more carefully at some aspects of their processing, they don't seem to be doing as well as they perhaps otherwise would have. And we think of this as an issue of reduced potential.
These experiments are on the children of women who in the 1970s regularly ate contaminated fish from the Great Lakes. This study provided some of the first evidence that human health is at risk from fish in the lakes. This is an incredible turn of events for a system that has provided so much.
So this is the problem with these persistent chemicals, is that as they are carried through the system and they persist for years, they end up farther and farther away from where they started and more difficult to control, and certainly more difficult to predict where they're going to end up.
These are 13 of the worst chemicals made by humans. For years, we have released these chemicals into the Great Lakes system,